Some people don't become strong by choice. They become strong because they had to. Too early, too quietly, too alone. And the strange part? From the outside, they look calm, responsible, mature. But psychology says when someone learns to be strong too early in life, it often leaves invisible patterns in adulthood. Not weaknesses, not flaws, just survival habits that never turned off. Here are 7 signs you might have learned strength too early, and you may not even realize it. Sign 1: you struggle to ask for help. You handle things alone, even when you're overwhelmed, even when you're exhausted, because deep down asking for help feels unsafe. Psychology links this to early independence. When a child learns their needs won't always be met, their brain adapts. It stops expecting support. So as an adult, you don't reach out. You figure it out yourself. Not because you're confident, but because relying on others once felt risky. Sign 2: you feel guilty for resting. Relaxing feels uncomfortable. Doing nothing feels wrong, like you should be productive, or solving something, or helping someone. Psychologists say this often comes from growing up where love or safety felt tied to responsibility. You learned being useful equals being valued. So your nervous system struggles with stillness. Rest feels earned, not natural. Sign 3: you're the calm one in chaos. When things go wrong, you don't panic. You focus. You fix. You manage. People even praise you for it. But psychology explains this differently. If you grew up around unpredictability, your brain learned to stay alert. You became calm in chaos, because chaos once felt normal. Your calm isn't always peace. Sometimes it's preparedness. Sign 4: you hide your struggles well. You listen to others, support others, show up for others. But when it's your turn, you minimize your pain. You say, "I'm fine. It's not a big deal. Others have it worse." Psychology calls this emotional minimization. If your feelings weren't fully heard as a child, your brain learned to shrink them, not to lie, but to survive. Sign 5: you overthink small conflicts. A short reply, a tone change, a delayed text, and your mind starts connecting dots. Not because you're dramatic, but because you learned early that small changes could mean big problems. Psychologists call this threat sensitivity. Your brain scans for emotional shifts to stay prepared. It once protected you. Now it just exhausts you. Sign 6: you feel responsible for other people's emotions. If someone is upset, you feel it deeply. You try to fix it, calm it, solve it, even when it's not yours to carry. This can come from childhood emotional role reversal. When a child learns to manage adult emotions, they grow up believing harmony is their job. So you don't just care. You feel accountable. Sign 7: you rarely feel truly safe to relax. Even in calm moments, a part of you stays alert, waiting, watching, expecting something to go wrong. Psychology shows that early stress can wire the nervous system for vigilance. Peace can feel unfamiliar, not because you dislike it, but because your body isn't used to it. Here's the important part. Learning to be strong early doesn't mean you're broken. It means your brain adapted, protected you, the best way it knew how. But survival skills aren't meant to run your whole life. You don't have to carry everything alone now. You don't have to earn rest, or silence your feelings, or be the strong one all the time. Strength got you here, but healing is what lets you stay. And sometimes, real strength is finally feeling safe enough to soften. So if any of these felt personal, not dramatic, not exaggerated, just quietly familiar, you're not alone in that experience. And nothing about you is too sensitive or too much. Your mind simply learned to survive early, and it can learn safety too. Which of these signs felt the most familiar to you? Not for anyone else, just for you.